Yay. All right.
Woo.
That's a very enthusiastic woo there.
It is. Hey, it's Monday. All right, let's use what we got.
Hey, Monday's not a bad day. I quite like Mondays, actually.
I think you have to make Mondays your best days.
Okay,
Yeah,
opposite
right?
Garfield,
Opposite reverse.
whatever that is.
I really hate lasagna. I just really like
But I love
calzones.
Mondays.
And I love Mondays. Reverse Garfield. All right, let's jump into podcast for today. Hello and welcome to Thermaltake, the official Thermaltake Australia podcast. On today's podcast, we're going to be talking about Facebook's new standalone streaming app. We're going to be starting a brand new segment that we haven't done before, which is going to be called Quickfire Questions, and you have to do this when you do it. Finger guns. And lastly, we're going to talk about Fallout 76, which has been getting good reviews again. It seems to have clawed its way back from, you know, the pit of gaming dislike that it's been in, and it now actually has a pretty good reviews again. Do you guys reckon it deserves such a reprieve? As always, you're going to be joined by me, your host Sarah, and today I'm also joined by...
Me. Julian, what's up, guys?
Hi, Taylor again.
Alex. Hey, guys.
Hey! Well done. I do appreciate how polite you guys are with saying hello with these. I feel like we're almost better at them with the boxes than we are on set for some reason.
Definitely.
I don't know
I was
why.
actually trying to see how long we would wait before anyone even talked. But
Yeah, there was a lovely little pause there. at the beginning.
I'm always on. I did it last time
who
too.
feels
I
the
did it
most
first.
awkward before they have to say something?
So now I just keep saying it first.
That's the spirit. I appreciate it. You come in with such enthusiasm as well, Gillian, which I always appreciate. It's nice to have some enthusiasm. How are you guys doing this week? How's everything? You guys doing well? We didn't chat
Pretty
to Alex
good.
last week. Have you had a nice few weeks, Alex, since you were last
Yeah,
on?
it's been a good few weeks.
Yeah.
Haven't done a whole lot. Been gardening
Oh,
because
lovely.
that's basically all I can do.
Yeah, without getting arrested
Yeah.
at this point. So that's nice. I wish I had a garden to garden in.
What you been
You
gardening?
can come garden at my house. Feel free.
As long as we're a certain amount of meters away, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll stay inside, but you can do
I'll
that.
just garden for you. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Just this random woman coming in the middle of the night, tending to the garden.
I'm like the
Digging
crazy
weeds out.
cat lady from The Simpsons with gardening. I'm just like
Ooh.
throwing plants at people
Damn.
and yes, that's me. I actually don't like gardening. I'm not very good at it. But I just wish I had the option. So I don't even have the option.
Oh, right.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Mm.
Yes.
Well, you have the option to come to my house and do the gardening
Thanks,
if you
man. That's
if you
so
so
nice.
wish.
If you so desire. That's very nice
Yeah.
of you. I should do a bit of housekeeping today. We are actually streaming this episode live at twitch.tv/ then we'll take ANZ, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yep.
In future, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to it in audio, feel free to swing by. I think we're going to try and make this a regular thing if this works out well. So
Yeah.
check us a follow and keep an eye out at around 3 p.m. on Mondays, Australian Eastern Daylight Standard Time now. We're standard time now because we've gone back. Keep an eye out because we might do some streaming. You might be able to see this live. So the main reason I'm saying this is because Alex is our resident streamer, and so there may be some times where you might see him looking like he's on mute, but in reality
Yes.
he's just talking to the lovely chat that we have. So if you like, what's up with Alex? Why is he not speaking? That's why. So yes, if you want to check it out next week, we would love to have you come by, come hang out. We do lots of chatting. It'll be great. So yes, so I guess we'll jump on to our first topic of the day. I need to keep calling them, they're segments now. I'm calling them segments, not
Segments.
topic. Yeah,
Segment.
I know, because it doesn't always work, so I got to keep remembering segments, not topics. So the first thing we're going to be chatting about today is that Facebook, everyone's favourite platform that their mother uses, Facebook. I can say that because I don't have Facebook anymore, so I'm like that reclusive hipster that doesn't use Facebook. So Facebook has been trying to get this. They've been doing. How many years do you guys reckon they've been trying to get into the gaming live stream kind of thing? It's been a little bit, hasn't it? It's not.
3 years or
Like
something.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say-
I'd say about 5.
They've been trying to get it
I'm
in
way off.
for a while, and it's always
well.
been. Oh, sorry.
We're just guessing. Jillian, it's all right.
Just guesstimating here.
No, Jillian, your estimate is wrong. Ours is
Yeah,
right.
Jillian.
That's how that works.
We
Okay.
estimate
good.
correctly.
The
Always
higher
wrong.
number always wins.
Yeah, so Facebook gaming has always been kind of around, and it's apparently inside the main Facebook app itself, but now you can download it on your phone, you can watch them on the go, and things like that. Apparently you need a Facebook account still, but it's also standalone, so you can still watch them without having to sign in, I think, which is pretty interesting. So I just kind of want to talk about this a little bit because I know very little about this because I've been off Facebook for like 5 years. So I have no idea how this works or how it operates. But I have seen things pop up about the Facebook gaming thing for a while. So I thought I'd talk to you guys because I know you guys are all still on ye old Facebook of old. So what do you guys think about Facebook gaming? Have you guys ever tried it? Have you ever watched someone on it? And do you think it has the potential to like be as big as something like Twitch is?
I think it has big potential because of the amount of people on Facebook. Like
I was going to say.
most people are on Facebook, aside from you, Sarah.
They passed
Pretty much.
I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Not
They passed the billion mark, didn't they? Like a while ago.
Really?
Like a billion
wouldn't
users.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. So that makes it really easy for growth and I guess quite attractive to streamers. If you were to stream on a platform and you want your friends to view you or whatnot, it's going to be easier to be able to say, hey, look, I'm just on Facebook. Like you can just click this link or be able to share it with your friends and your family rather than, hey, I'm on this other platform, which you have no idea about, you've never used before. So
You have to sign up for.
Come check me
give
out.
Your email, that kind of thing. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
Has
So
ease of
that
access.
in that regards, it has a lot of potential. But it also, I think, has to distinguish itself as a streaming platform because at the moment it is quite inclusive of your friends and family, but they don't necessarily want to be, I guess, giving their support all the time. And so you got to be able to branch out from just your friends and family. I mean, if you were a streamer and just wanting to do that as a way to show your friends and family, then by all means, that's cool. But then those people that are wanting to do it as a day job, you sort of have to distinguish, okay, well, my friends and family they're not really interested in the games I'm playing. They just want to support me for this little time that I'm on Facebook. And there are people on platforms like Twitch or Mixer that will probably support you financially more so because they understand the struggle it is to start streaming and whatever else.
Yeah, like for me, when I saw the announcement that Facebook was making a gaming sort of subsection of itself, it reminded me of when YouTube did YouTube gaming back in the day. If you remember that second site they had that they spun off to make its own thing, and they had this whole social system with almost like an early version of bits on Twitch, and they really tried to push it for a while, but it never really amounted to anything because most people would just search for gaming content through normal YouTube. And with Facebook, I've seen creators use their Facebook pages and go live, using the live feature on Facebook proper, and actually get some decent viewership just from going live on Facebook because they have all those followers there. They might as well. And it's not the main sort of area where most people go to consume gaming content online. You mostly think about Twitch and YouTube for Let's Play sort of VOD content. So whether or not in the next couple of years it changes, who knows? And I think Facebook has the tendency to kind of support something for a long time, even if it doesn't work out in the short term. So it'll definitely stick around, but to whether or not it actually affects anything and either shifts people over or brings new people to the platform, it's hard to say.
I was like, it looks like Jillian has a terrible case of grey hair, like a streak of grey hair because of the camera.
Yeah, because Facebook,
There we go.
Why are you doing
Facebook
this
is such
today? So,
big conglomerate. Like they can really support anything they want and try and push towards doing anything they want and support it for as
Yeah.
long as they want.
Definitely.
And I guess depending on if it works out or not, that doesn't really matter so much. It's just that they have that ability to do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like it ties in well with their strategy as well. Like with Facebook Marketplace, they can obviously do things similar to Amazon and Twitch, where they can tie in direct purchases through their live streaming service. So it can be anything from buying a game to buying, loot boxes or DLC or digital items through that sort of space to make that more easier for people and more convenient, and then incentivize that style of purchasing. That can go down a slippery slope, as you can imagine, but that's definitely what they're aiming for, is to make money off it. So that would be the main kind of concern. Then you've also got things like advertising, which is a new platform for advertisers to advertise their stuff on Facebook.
I wonder then if they shouldn't have tried to do what Amazon have done and like keep it as a separate platform, like called it something completely different or taken it away from that Facebook platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've tried with Facebook. Like they've tried, or like they have other services under the Facebook umbrella that has different names, not including Instagram in that sort of statement. But yeah, I don't know. I think they wanted to make it tied to the Facebook brand to make it seem attached. And I guess it also means that like people who are already on Facebook but don't stream might be more incentivized to be like, oh, well, if I want to stream it, I can just use my Facebook account.
Yeah.
Or,
Don't
stream
have to
to
set
my
up a new
friends.
account.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas other platforms carry a bit more preparation required and more learning. So that could be the reason.
Yeah. I feel like the biggest hurdle Facebook gaming would have to kind of overcome is like the idea, because I feel like the only instance where using Facebook to stream to people would be if you're streaming to an established audience, whether it's like your friends or your grandma, or you've already got followers from another thing and they're just going to watch you on there. I feel like that would be the biggest hurdle, will be changing it from that to like Twitch, where you go to Twitch specifically to watch anyone, like it just, to me, it just, the idea of like jumping onto Facebook to watch someone game just does not compute in my head,
Yeah, I think
like to do that.
With Facebook, and as I was saying before, the best part about it is that you have the reach of your friends and family straight up.
Yeah.
And
true.
I guess that allows you to sort of address the people that are interested in the content that you're going to be creating, if that be gaming or something else. And then I think if you were to start streaming on Facebook, moving to Twitch or somewhere that's specifically designed for streamers would be, you'd want to do that quickly, because eventually you're going to find that your service has limitations, I think, with your friends and family. But I mean, like, I don't think, as Ralph has said, that it's going to be a top streaming platform. It's going to be the easiest place to start. I think that's what it's going to be.
That's a good point.
I think it actually would have been better to name the service like InstaStream or like Instagram streaming. Because I feel like with Facebook as it is right now, it definitely skews older. And like when I say older, I mean like 40 plus, people that don't consume gaming content or even play games for that matter. Like the way I use Facebook, and I've had it pretty much near the beginning of Facebook, like I don't really watch a lot of video content or live streams for that matter on the platform. Like if I want to watch video content, I go to YouTube. If it's gaming content, I go to Twitch. And I feel like because with Instagram, it does skew younger. Like kids these days would have a Instagram account over a Facebook account. So yeah, I don't know. I'm actually curious as to why specifically gaming content, they've decided to brand it that way and not actually kind of make it more of an Instagram property. Which would make more sense with their demographic.
So I don't use Facebook I don't use it that much. Like I use Messenger to communicate with friends and family, and that's about it. It would be weird. Like I don't know. For me, if I were to stream on Facebook, I think I would feel more comfortable streaming on Twitch, just because sometimes you don't want to stream for your friends and your family. You don't want them to be watching you.
Or those awkward people from high school you haven't deleted yet because you feel bad about it, but like at the same time. Don't
And it
want to
just
stream
depends.
gaming.
It just depends how it works because obviously it's a separate app, so I don't know how it connects with your Facebook.
Yeah, have you guys
account.
ever watched anyone stream on Facebook
No.
gaming? Because that's been around for a while.
I've
What are
watched
the
a few
people-
pop up.
Yeah, it's
But,
always in the
like-
news feed that it pops up, like people that I like liked their page back in the day where actual engagement and all that stuff existed and wasn't like completely crushed by the algorithm. I used to like people's pages from YouTubers I used to follow, and like get updates through there. And some of those are still around that still use their Facebook accounts or their Facebook fan pages will stream from that account, and it will just pop up in your newsfeed as a live video that's currently playing. And like,
Right.
yeah, I've seen it, but I've never actually sat down and watched it though.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah,
I'm on my phone
yeah.
or something like that.
That's it. I think, like I said, that biggest hurdle is going to be changing the sort of mentality towards the Facebook name. So I think you may be right. Maybe they should have just given it a completely different name. And just had it under the umbrella of Facebook. Because the problem is, like, yeah, for me, when I think of Facebook gaming, I'm just like, ugh, it's
Yeah.
Facebook. But I don't have that same ugh when I see someone go live on Instagram, even though I know it's owned by Facebook, you know?
Yeah, it's just the name
Yeah.
of it.
And what we have found, even as with our Facebook, is that the attention span that you have on Facebook is generally pretty low,
Pretty low,
because
yeah.
you're mostly just scrolling through and looking at content and just trying to get as much content as you can. And it's not necessarily a sit down, watch, interact sort of a platform.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It feels weird to try and be like, oh, time to do live streaming on this platform that is known for like 2 seconds of retention. You know, with
Yeah.
streams, most people, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I think a standard stream length should be around 3 hours. Like, you know,
Yeah.
3 to 5 hours is
Agree.
like a good chunk of like, yeah, that's what I want if I sit down to watch a stream. You know, so it seems weird that Facebook, that is prone for being like, people zone out after half a second. Are like, hey, time to sit down and watch, you know, Jamie from high school play Crash Bandicoot. Like, it just seems like a weird thing to put together, you know?
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
they should have changed the name, because then you wouldn't have that association anymore. I don't know.
I wonder if, like, when your friends are viewing you, if they can see that you're viewing them.
True. Do they know?
Well,
Like, is there like a viewer list like how Twitch has?
Yeah, because when you go live on Facebook, you can see who's in there. For
Right.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if
The
I
same.
like that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to creep on someone, I want to creep on them without them
Yeah,
without them
knowing.
knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'd be weird. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah,
streaming to
yeah.
Facebook and then someone comes in and you're like, I haven't spoken to you in like 14 years. Why are you? Why
Yeah,
are
it's
you in
just
here?
creepy.
I don't know. Yeah, I personally don't. I've always found the Facebook gaming thing really fascinating because I just don't get it. I don't know if it's just because I don't get Facebook anyway, so I don't get the gaming thing. But I guess it's, you know, if you guys also don't seem to really love it. Maybe we should do an experiment. Maybe we should stream on Facebook gaming.
Yeah, we could try it.
And see what happens.
Yeah,
See what
I
it's
think
like.
I think with Facebook at this point, it's like they can basically try whatever they want, and it's no hit to them. So
Yeah.
their whole attitude would be, why not?
Yeah, give it a go. And because of how lucrative like Twitch has made streaming, like they'd be silly not to try it, I guess, to be honest.
Exactly. It's just another pipeline for advertisers. So
Absolutely.
just do it.
Fair. Cool. Well, I guess we shall wrap that up. And we're going to move on to our second segment of the day, which is a brand new segment. And I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoy it. We do normally community topics in this slot, but we're going to experiment with some different things from now on every week or so. So I come up with this one, which is called Quick Fire Questions. And I don't know if it's worth trying to, if we want to make a jingle for that one, Alex, for Quick Fire Questions.
I've got nothing.
You got nothing? You got nothing?
Not off the top of my
I
head.
feel like it should have like a Western theme, because like Quick Fire makes me think of like Westerns.
Quick fire.
Yeah!
There you go.
Hey, that works! Hey man, sometimes the
Clip
best...
that. Someone clip that.
Someone better clip that. Alright. Yeah, so in this is... Basic rundown of this is that what we're going to do is I have
In my
collated...
basement. Sorry. I
I
just
thought
heard
you'd
what
say
Ralph said. Ralph said,
Apparently
"Jenny
Jillian looks like
her
she's in a basement.
Oh, apparently Julian's in a basement.
The answer is yes.
There's things you
Right.
miss out if you don't watch the live stream. You could enjoy such wonderful banter. But anyway, so quickfire questions basically is going to be a segment where I'm going to ask each of you guys individually a bunch of questions as fast as I can, and you have to answer as many of them as you can in 30 seconds. The questions are a variety of things. Some of them are from the community, so from the Discord. So every week on the Discord, or every week, I always ask the Discord for suggestions for our community topic, and some of them are a little bit too short, I think, for a full thing. So what I've been doing is kind of gathering them, and so I've compiled them into this big long list of questions, and basically, as well as some I've made up, some that I found online, and basically you guys are just going to have to answer as many questions as you can, and whoever can answer the most wins, I guess.
Are we doing this all together? Like you ask
No,
questions, then we all
individually.
try and answer?
One
So
Okay.
I'll go like
Okay.
we'll
Okay,
do
good.
as many as we can with you, Alex, and Taylor. Then
Oh,
Julian,
I don't want to go
and
first.
we'll see who. And then we'll see who wins. I don't know what you win. You just win clout. That's all you win. You win the knowledge that you won the
clout.
first ever, the
That
first,
thing that Alex doesn't know what it means.
Yeah.
the first ever quickfire questions. You get the knowledge that you want it. So there we go.
You win chat's love.
Yeah, there you go. You win the love of the chat that you're not part of and you should be part of next time we live stream this. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yep. What a
Yeah.
legend. What a legend. All right,
Surprise, surprise.
let's get up 30.
What? No, you go first then.
No, you go, man.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
be
better to go.
snidey to the person
I
who
do.
offered to go first.
I do have the best setup. Sorry,
Do you have a
Karen,
nice
the
setup? I like your little plant. That's pretty cute.
Thanks, it's fake.
No, your internet is real. I've had it for 150 years.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
passed through my generations of my family and it's never died. All right, so 30 seconds I have on my phone and I'm not sure. Oh, well, I've got my numbers so I can keep track of how many you get through.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to answer them as best as you can.
I'm ready.
And yeah, that's about it.
Hit
All right,
me.
you ready?
Quick fire. Pew pew.
Okay. And go. What was your gaming setup like as a kid/teenager?
Negative.
What made you want
Console.
to work? What made you want to work with TTA and Z?
Computers.
Sorry.
Oh shit! Sorry, we're gonna start again.
Oh,
I did
no.
it as 30
I was
minutes.
going amazing.
I did it as 30 minutes, not 30 seconds.
What are you
Like, damn,
doing?
Alex, you've been nailing this. You got through every single one. So,
Oh,
alright,
and 28 minutes to spare.
we'll try again. Okay.
oh gosh.
All right. Take two.
Ruined
Yeah.
everything.
Right, go. AIO versus custom loop. Which do you prefer?
Custom loop.
Name two of your favorite TT cases.
Level 20, level 10.
What does RAM stand for?
Random access memories.
Why do PCs cost so much versus consoles?
Because you can customize them.
What's your favorite RGB color combo?
Blue and white.
Mesh front panel or tempered glass front panel?
Or tempered glass.
Nice! You nailed it! That actually just finished. Holy shit.
I said,
You
I said the random access memory.
Yeah, the album by Daft Punk.
Well, it is a random access memory, but... Come on, I was under
didn't
pressure,
notice
alright?
that. I was just like trying to get through it.
I saw you guys laughing. I'm like, oh, damn it. I'm stuck up here.
You click in a stick of RAM and it's like, hello.
Hey, that'd be cool. RAM that sings me Daft Punk. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6. I'm not counting the
6.
first two because we had to restart. So you did 6. So you got 6.
So bad at this.
All right. Who's going next? Taylor or Jillian?
Rock,
I'm happy to
paper,
go,
scissors,
Julian, if you want.
Taylor.
Oh, right, this is? Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Watch this fail.
One. Wait, what do we do?
Ready?
Paper, rock.
1,
Okay.
2, 1, 2, 3.
Wait, I'll call it. Ready?
Okay, cool.
Scissors, paper.
What are you
Everyone
doing?
is different.
Scissors,
Too much of a
paper, rock,
delay.
like that.
You got to
Yeah,
say it
okay.
together.
Scissors, paper,
Paper.
rock.
God damn it, you went film.
What was
Does
that?
it
You
work?
did do
Alright.
anything?
I'm thinking of a number of 1 to 10. Closest number has to go.
2.
7.
Oh, damn it. I want to go.
Did you not think of a
Jillian.
number?
Jillian.
All right, Jillian's go.
Oh.
The number was 3.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
Why did you have to think about it? Jillian,
Yeah, that
too.
makes sense.
Yeah.
2.
I literally just chose Jillian. I was making up a number.
All right.
Wait, so you didn't even think of a number?
Gosh, this round is going really well.
Oh, cool.
He just wanted to pick me.
Okay, are you ready, Jillian?
No.
No? Okay. All right. You can do this. I believe in you. All right. 30 seconds on the clock, and we begin. What mouse and keyboard do you use?
Neptune Elite and a Razer mouse.
What do you think of ultra-wide monitors?
I don't like them.
What does CPU stand for? Wrong answers only.
Cooling something unit. I forgot.
Do you prefer working from home or working in the office?
Office.
What is your favorite size case?
A micro.
Would you prefer a few? Ah, that was a good question too. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got through 5. All right, Alex is beating you by 1. So Taylor's got to get a 7 or above, otherwise Alex is the winner
Damn.
of nothing. All right, are you
The
ready?
winner
Taylor?
of nothing.
I love
Yeah,
how,
sure.
Jillian, I love how, like, CPU, you could have literally said anything. you're like, calling, and I
Unit something.
Okay, alright, we go again. All right.
Well, apparently it's rigged and I'm going to win. Is that true?
Who says it's rigged? It's not rigged.
Ralphie did.
Happy.
These are an entirely random array of questions. Alright, are we ready? I won't
Yep.
ask this question even though I like this question because I started it. So, alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What got you into PCs?
My job here, working here.
How much research do you think people should do when building a PC?
A lot.
Do you prefer RGB RAM or non-RGB RAM in your PC?
RGB RAM.
Have you picked up any hobbies or interests since working from home?
Baking.
Would you rather sit or stand at a desk?
Sit.
If your house was on fire, you can only save one component from your PC, which would you save?
The GPU.
Would you rather be eaten by lions? We'll never know.
Yes.
Is lions or ants?
My answer still stands.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You both got 6.
Damn it!
Oh,
I
I don't
think
know what
it's
to do
a,
now. Do we do a tiebreaker? What do we do?
It's a.
Yeah, let's do paper, scissors,
Taylor.
rock.
Oh yeah, that worked out well.
To determine who wins? Or
Yeah.
All right, you ready? This is
oh, this
how
is
I
not
do
going to
it.
work out
No.
well.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's funny. Sorry.
Oh God,
was a
sorry,
joke.
my alarm's going off again. All right, well there you go. That's. Or do you want to do one? We'll do one more round. We'll do one more round between Taylor and Alex, and we'll see who wins.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
I
Yeah.
gave it a good shake. Sorry.
This is a weird episode of the podcast. I'm
with a
just throwing
webcam,
it out
or-
there.
Uncreepable. Sorry, he's telling me my camera was being weird.
But that does give me the title of the episode. I gave it a shake.
Gave it a
Gave it a
shake.
good
Done.
shake.
Give it a good shake,
Give
yeah.
it a good shake. All right, we'll start off with Alex. You ready?
Yep.
Where was I up to? This one. All right, let's go. 30 seconds, go. Would you rather have a bad monitor and headphones or a terrible headphones and an amazing monitor?
Amazing monitor.
Do you name your PC?
No.
What do you think PCs will be like in 50 years?
Good.
Drink coolant or eat thermal paste?
Drink coolant.
What is the most annoying thing about building PCs in your opinion?
CPU.
What is the first aspect of a build you decide on when building? Like the case, motherboard? Where do you start?
Case.
Alrighty. So that you got through a good amount.
Thanks. I tried.
You got through 5. You actually decreased in skill from the last one.
It was that first question. That first question went for 5 minutes.
I know.
Oh, you
Your
got through
questions
6. Sorry, you got through 6. You got through 6 again. Alright.
mine were long. Okay, my questions are long.
It's just a random how it works
There were,
out.
there
I
were
promise.
essay-leading questions with
Hey
examples
man, some
and
of these
everything.
questions are important. We need to know if you'd rather eat thermal paste or drink coolant, okay? Duh.
Yeah, that was dumb because you would survive if you ate thermal paste, whereas if you drank
Would you?
coolant,
Would you?
yeah,
I don't
would.
know. I don't
I
know.
think thermal
I
paste
would-
is
we
more
should try it.
toxic. totally
But
true.
if you drank coolant, that's like liquid in your body, whereas thermal paste is just like you can spit it out
Is thermal
afterwards.
paste
So
not
is water.
also liquidy?
Or is it the same thing? Because it cools. Just more thick.
That one is far more thick. All right. You ready, Taylor? You got to beat 6 again.
Yeah, dude. I'm
I'm
here.
so waiting for you guys to both get 6 again.
Mm.
Here we go.
Very thick.
Begin. Modular, semi-modular, or non-modular power supply?
Modular.
Would you prefer life without the internet or life without your PC?
No PC.
Would you rather be alone forever or be surrounded by only console players?
Alone.
Linux on a gaming PC, yes or no?
No.
What's one PC part you will always spend a little bit extra on?
GPU.
Who would win in a fight, a tiger-sized bee or a bee-sized tiger?
Tiger size B.
Okay. Lovely. All right. Final tally. You both did 6. All right. Screw it.
Yeah.
It appears
We're just
that
Extra content.
We're too equal.
you're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Literally, look at us.
Rigged.
Yeah, definitely.
It is rigged, Raph.
Well, anyways, that was quick fire questions. I don't know if we'll do it again because, man, oh my god, shush timer. We're not playing anymore.
Yeah, time out.
Because that took me like a week to come up with those questions. So anyway, so that's quick fire questions. If anyone watching the chat right now or sitting in the Discord wants to submit a question for that, feel free. Just make sure it's a bit shorter. I think a lot of people don't want to submit community topics because they're worried that it's too short. So if that's the case, that's fine. I'll pop it into one of these. So yes, if anyone has any future segment ideas as well, feel free to let me know. I'm always looking out for new things to do. Cool. All right. Well, there was that. Let's move on to our final topic of the day, which is about another game. So everybody's favorite multiplayer disaster, Fallout 76, has made a bit of a comeback. The game, which when it first came out was just a colossal failure, everybody kind of hated it. Well, that's a lie. There were a few people who for some reason thought it was okay. And I can say that because I purchased the game. I paid my $60 and it wasn't very good. But anyway, since the most recent update with the Wastelanders update, I'm assuming, it's actually changed. The game, which had a mostly negative review on Steam before, is now looking mostly positive. Which is pretty crazy to go from being so just panned to actually being like, hey, it's not actually that bad. It's pretty cool. So I just wanted to talk a little about this game. I don't know if any of you guys actually played it, except for me. But yeah, what do you guys think about a game, going from just being colossally hated to being, kind of being accepted a bit more? And does it deserve it? Sure, I guess they gave out the content that made it better, but it's been 3 years. I feel like surely they should have done that before now.
Wait,
what do you guys think?
Has it been
Like
3
2
years?
2 years?
3 years
It
seems like a lot longer than I
It
thought it
wasn't
was.
the end of last year. I know that.
Hang on.
Maybe it was the year before? 2017? Or 2018?
November of 2018.
2018. Still,
So it's
that
been a year and a year and a half.
year and a half?
Yeah.
But it feels like a year and a half before you bring out the content that everyone's waited
Yeah.
for is a long time. Additionally, because they introduced Fallout First, that subscription. So it's kind of like...
Did that.
Yeah, I feel like they released a whole lot of stuff and none of it anybody wanted, So, yeah. So what do you guys think about the game and about how it's been handled? You guys have any opinions?
Having remember what we previously talked about, they went about this game completely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Why did they wait a year and a half before bringing out content for people to enjoy the game more? I mean, I'm all about second chances. I like a good second chance, giving people a good second chance. And if they're really attentive to the feedback that they get from users and actually start doing stuff to correct the game, to bring out more content and make it more usable, I'm all for that. And I think that if that's what's currently happening with the game, that's really positive for me, and it would make me want to look at purchasing it. Not necessarily would. I've never played any of the Fallout games, so I don't know what I'm missing, obviously. But yeah, it is a good sign from them, from Bethesda.
Bethesda.
I remember that's how Bethesda.
Oh my God,
that's how
what
I
a
say it.
throwback.
Yeah, that was
Homemade
one of the
Bethesda.
first ones.
That's right, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that they should be doing more stuff like this with games if they come out and release like that. Aside from the fact that it was an atrocious launch, where if the game is now at a good place, then that's awesome. I think that's a really good move on their part.
Yeah. And in their defense, at least they released Wastelanders for free, I'm pretty sure. Like, they didn't make anyone pay for it, which is good. But, yeah.
Which one did they have at PAX in 2018? I remember they had the booth Fallout.
That was 76.
Okay, yeah.
It was.
Could've been
Okay, yeah.
Because that was in October, so that was a couple of months before the game came out.
It launched.
I remember they did so much for it. People were playing it, but then straight after, it was just like, no, it was crap or something.
Yeah.
I've never played it, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I own it for some reason. I think I got it for like a cheap price or something because I wanted to check it out.
Yeah.
And it was like a bit after launch, but yeah, I jumped into it and like, at least on PC, like performance-wise, it ran terribly.
Right?
Like it was so stuttery. It wasn't even a frame rate issue. It was just like a weird engine thing. Like the game just didn't run smoothly, and like playing through missions and stuff, it was mostly just like audio diaries and going from place to place. And whenever you met a player, they were almost always like hostile to you, and just like, yeah, it wasn't what you would expect from a Fallout game, having played like Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Still haven't played Fallout 4. That's just on me though.
Not missing much.
What was that?
I just said, don't worry about it, you're not missing much.
Yeah, that's the general consensus I get, right?
Yeah, I've played enough of Fallout 4 to be like, yeah, look, not really that good. New Vegas is definitely the strongest out of the three, 100%.
So like, seeing what Fallout 76 was going for, it definitely didn't really have my interest there. But surprising to me, it's not necessarily the support the game's gotten from Bethesda when you'd think they just would have abandoned it by now. It's more so the community that stuck around, even though the game was basically panned from everybody. It was just like, yeah, generally speaking, the game isn't great. But then the people that stuck around because they just love the Fallout universe, they made the most of what they had. And then as more updates were being delivered, it started to kind of form this kind of really friendly community, going against what they thought the natural player behavior would have been that the developers thought. That being like actively hostile groups, like doing a lot of PvP. But most of the time, people were just helping each other out, like leaving loot for new players when they spawned and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was great. It was like a really cool evolution of a game that didn't really have much content to go around at the start, but players kind of made their own fun. Kind of similar to Sea of Thieves, actually, if you're familiar with that game. And from what I've seen, a lot of those players that have stuck around, like this update is fantastic. It's like what they've been asking for, like
the whole time, basically.
Yeah, basically. And like, even for people that may have dropped it and were still interested because of the Fallout name, I think that's drawn a couple of people back as well. And I think stability-wise, it's improved somewhat. But yeah, I think it is a story of just, I don't know, like I think the vision just on paper sounded more cool than it was in execution. Like when they described it in press releases and things, it was like, oh yeah, like there's no NPCs, it's all players that you run into. That's what drives the narrative. And it's like, yeah, I can see that happening, but if you played with many people online, not many people do the whole like what do you call it? Those servers that you have that are like role playing.
Oh
yeah, that'd be fun. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be amazing, but not everyone abides by those rules, so it's like you can't really regulate that kind of experience for every single player. So
Yeah, I remember when I first heard about Fallout 76, and because I was watching the, like, I think it was E3, I want to say, where they announced it all, and I was watching it, and when they said about it, I was kind of like, this, to me, it came out of, like, just left field, because if it was me, I'd be like, okay, my audience is so dedicated to this single player RPG experience that after 10 years, they're still making thousands and thousands of free mods that they're investing tons of their own personal time into. Like, I just feel like for me, a multiplayer experience would not even be in my mind for that audience. Like, I don't really get it. Like, the only reason I can think of why they wanted it is because multiplayer games make more money because people play them for longer, loot boxes. I'm just like, if I was looking at my audience and being like, I want to make something for them, the audience for Bethesda they're predominantly single player gamers. Like, I don't really understand why you'd even pitch a multiplayer game to them. Like, I just remember being so confused because, like, Bethesda were my favorite game studio for the longest time, because I just loved all of their games and had so much respect for their games. And then when this came out, I don't know, I did lose a bit because I was just kind of like, this doesn't feel like you're actually looking at what your audience wants. This just feels like you're looking at what you can get the most out of.
Dude, Bioware.
Yeah,
you and I, we both feel the same pain.
Similar thing, where it's like, I know that this company is so, like, that they make
they can
some
do
amazing
great
games.
work.
Yeah, and then they obviously for, financial reasons, they make these other things that are not what people want.
Yeah, and it's not like I remember back in, like, Fallout 3 days, I think just before Skyrim even, people have been asking for multiplayer for those games for, like, a long time, but, like, not in the context of what they offered.
Exactly.
It was more so like, I want to play with my friend.
I want to bring my
play
friend
with a couple of friends
into my game.
And do a couple of do the campaign together.
Yeah.
Like, if you could play Skyrim and, like, you were the Dragonborn, and then I've got Alex with me, who's like some wood elf dude who's just here for the ride.
Yeah.
That'd be cool because we
Fellowship.
can. Yeah, basically, that's amazing.
Let's go. In Skyrim.
And there are mods for that because, like, the modding
Skyrim
community
together,
for
for example. Is,
like the modding community for Elder Scrolls games is, like, insane. And basically, if it's not in the game, they will make it.
Yeah.
But it's essentially like, like there was all that conversation, and, like, even Bethesda themselves acknowledges that because before Fallout 4, they had the base building stuff. That was directly inspired, if not affected, by the fact that there were so many mods from the Fallout 3 in New Vegas days that had, like, settlement building. So, like, the developers saw that and, like, oh, we should make that a feature for Fallout 4 and then incorporate that into it. Some say it might be incorporated a little too much, but it's there because there was a need from the community. They thought that was something they wanted to be interested in. But then 76 was just, like, kind of the going too far the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were just like, because of how much PC gaming or gaming in general has been changed over the last 5 or so years, they decided that they needed to take a turn in their sort of normal games to try and branch into some sort of different category with their games, like that multiplayer scene, to try and make sure that their development can stay afloat. But like, as you say, that most people are there for the single player game, and I guess they might have just had to be more creative with how they were able to monetize their game a bit better because people weren't wanting that multiplayer. And yeah,
I think for a lot of studios that make predominantly single player experiences, they're reaching this point now where there's a lot of pressure to be like, hey, so Fortnite don't charge anything for their game, but they make tons. How can we do that? Like, they're seeing these multiplayer games just raking in dollars, and they're kind of like, well, we can't really do that with our single player game because where would you put that?
Horse armor.
True, you could get horse armor, which is always very well. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys big DLC people? I love DLC. Like, if it's a good DLC, I will 100% buy that and play that. Like, Witcher 3 has, in my opinion, 2 of the best DLCs like out there, and I was more
those
happy
are pretty
to
much you would classify those as expansions, though, pretty much. Like, that's old school, like, expansion, like, basically a new game.
Yeah, I
technically.
love those. I think those are great. Happily pay
Like,
like $30 for that.
Yeah, for me, it was like I didn't like DLC because it meant that there was content that I couldn't get from the base game, and you had to get it on the digital
Yeah,
stores.
I get that.
And at the time when that became prevalent, like 2006, 2007, like I was still a kid, so like I had to get my like parents' permission to buy stuff and things like that. So buying stuff online, I was like, oh no, that seems sketchy. No, so a lot of the DLC I couldn't get. I think the first DLC I remember buying was the DLC for Mass Effect 3, the From Ashes DLC for that character, the Prothean character they locked behind a paywall.
Oh, see, I don't like that. That's scummy. I hate
Yeah,
when they
that
do
was the whole thing. But like I wanted to get the story. So like fine, I'll pay it. But yeah, I think that was the first time I bought DLC. And like now, I'm fine buying DLC. Like if it's content that I like
Yeah.
and that actually adds value to the game, I'll buy it. But I'm not really in the business of buying skins or anything like that.
Yeah. How about you, Julian? You don't play a lot of single player stuff though, do you? But in
Not
your
that much.
in your experience, like, how do you feel about this kind of thing? You don't. I guess you wouldn't really experience much with DLC.
Yeah, I don't really experience much. Like I've played Witcher, I played Tomb Raider, but I don't go that deep into DLCs and not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy any for Battlefield at all?
Yeah. Does Battlefield not have any? Does Battlefield
They
have things
do,
you
but
can
I
buy?
don't. Yeah, I don't buy them. I'm very stingy. I don't buy stuff.
I think the last time they did map
yeah.
packs for Battlefield was like Battlefield 4, I feel like. Because Battlefield 1 and 5, I think they just did updates for new maps and things
Yeah,
like that.
Battlefield 1, they didn't really have much. Battlefield 5, they do have, but I haven't bothered. Like, I think about it, and I'm like, oh, I should get it. And then I'll be like, nah, why?
You're too sensible for these gaming companies, Julian. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yet I'll buy, like, something useless that I don't even need.
Well, they're going to need you to want more random backpack skins, okay? Gosh.
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
I know.
Ugh,
I need to get on it.
yes. Alrighty. Well, that's all we got to say, then I guess that's about it, everybody.
Basement cam.
For Gillian's basement cam, the tops of your walls are trying to attack you again. It's amazing.
I know.
Although you're not looking too
happening.
bad. I think you're better than last time.
Yeah, last time I had some black stuff happening.
Yeah, there was some kind of aura trying to attack you from the
Yeah.
from the window.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with this camera.
Yeah, it's
I need some
concerning.
update or something.
Or get a priest or something. An old priest and a young priest.
Before we start a stream, I'll just get holy water and
yeah,
just like
splash it about and then you're
Yeah.
all set for the
Just
for the stream.
hold the glow rock behind you.
yeah, I'll be like,
Just have it in your lap. Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. I'm gonna shout
Sorry.
something. I'm gonna shout some things out, and then you guys are gonna come up with an amazing outro for the podcast.
Taylor's got it.
Taylor's got it. Oh, yep. I can see in his eyes that he knows exactly what to do for this outro today.
Totally.
So make sure you check us out on all our social medias like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is a good one as well. Remember to check out our YouTube channel. You might be watching this on the YouTube channel right now. If so, thank you. Feel free to like the video if you did enjoy it. But if not, our YouTube channel is pretty great. We upload around about twice a week. And we'd love to see you there. Last but not least, check out our Discord channel. You can give me topics to talk about for the podcast. You can talk about tech help, things like that. And yeah, it'd be great. And also follow our Twitch now that we're going to use it a bit more. So feel free to check us out on Twitch. And yeah, it'll be great. And such. All right, Taylor, throwing it to you for the amazing outro.
Bye.
It's not. I do appreciate the little pause though. Like we were waiting and we just got by.
It's pause for effect.
Pausing
Pause
for
for
effect.
Yes.
For special effects. Special good boy effects. Alright.
Exactly.
See you guys next time.
Yeah.
See you.
should we answer some questions or something?
Bye,
I'm
guys.
trying to
Well,
read.
We'll end with the recording here.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jillian, you're ruining everything.
Ruined the illusion.
You've ruined the magic of is a podcast.
You'll never make it in this magic town again.
I'm getting distracted by my portal.
Thank you so much for sticking around all the way to the end. We do hope you enjoyed this episode of Thermaltake. If you want to join in the discussion or maybe even submit a topic for us to talk about in future, make sure to jump over to our Discord. We also do weekly giveaways there as well. Remember also that these video podcasts are available audio a week earlier. So jump over to our Spotify, SoundCloud, or Apple Podcasts to listen earlier. And we'll catch you on the next one.